Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. I'm Father Steve Sellers, and thank you so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel today for my brief daily message of hope and inspiration. As always, I hope your day and your week are going very, very well today, and if not, then we're here to help each other. God placed us here to be of service to one another, not to bemoan and complain and gripe about each other, but to help each other. He has made us to be a compassionate people. And so we are. And so we need to act like it more often. So maybe I can help you this morning a little bit, and maybe you can help me too. I heard someone say just a few days ago that there's nothing but division and confusion in the world today. Everyone's divided, sometimes in their own households, over all these myriad issues that are cascading down upon us, and it's leading to chaos even in families. And what do we do about that? Well, I woke up this morning thinking about this old song from the middle of the 19th century. This is a song that predates the Civil War. It was a beautiful, wonderful African-American spiritual called Down by the Riverside. Now, this was a song that has provided comfort and hope to people in periods of great division and chaos. In every generation, people have taken this song and found hope and meaning in it because it is an optimistic song and it's filled with images from the Bible. And it was on my mind this morning. It wasn't published until 1918, but it was around a long time before then. And it's provide comfort and hope. And it has some verses in here that I just love. It said, I ain't gonna learn war no more. Ain't gonna learn war no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. And I ain't gonna learn war no more. I'm gonna lay my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay my burdens down by the riverside. Now, the imagery of the Jordan River and the Hebrew people coming out of captivity and wandering in the wilderness for 40 years and coming to the Jordan River and into the land that God had promised. There's something about the land that God has promised that echoes throughout every race, every creed, every color, every generation. The land that God has promised to us. Now, we know as Christians, as Catholic Christians, that the land God has promised us is with Him. You know, He is our King, and we will be with Him in His kingdom if we do the things that He has called us to do. But this is a beautiful hymn that echoes in a time of great division, like today, where even households are turned one against another. So we're going to lay our burdens down by the riverside. You know, there is a biblical passage that relates directly to that. I was thinking of the song this morning, and I went straight to the prophet Micah, the wonderful, the first of the minor prophets in the Hebrew Scriptures. Micah lived from the middle of the 8th century. I think he died somewhere around 670 BC. And he was a prophet in a small town during a period where there was great division, even in their people's own households. The rich were angry at the poor were angry at the rich, the small cities against the big cities, even families were division. There was great division and great confusion. And into that God spoke. God always speaks into times like today. And so this wonderful hymn relied on one of the verses. It says, nation, chapter 4 of Micah, nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. You know, it's time to stop training for war and time to live in peace. And I think God is setting that before us today. You know, the real news today, as I've been saying for many days now, is not on your TV sets. The real news of what's going on today is not in politics, it's not in elections, it's not in the shifting sands of the minute-by-minute news media. That's not the real news of today. The real news of today is what God is doing in your heart and mine, because the war is raging around us over the souls of God's people. And we have an opportunity now to turn to the Lord and practice compassion and practice peace. Micah says it best, where in chapter 4 it says, in the last days, many nations will come before the Lord and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways, so that we may walk in his paths. Let God teach us his ways, and let us walk in his path of peace. And know that when you walk in that path, you never walk alone. You have brothers and sisters from all over, every part of the world walking with you, trying to claim the victory of peace. And Jesus walks with us, just like he's walking with you today. And I hope and pray you have a great day today. God bless you.